Good evening and welcome to the 2012 Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia Hall of Fame dinner. For the next hour or so, we'll be meeting and greeting some of the great professionals, broadcast professionals here in Philadelphia. As we honor them, we know that these are people that you have honored by watching and listening to them for so many years. I'm Mike Strug. I'll be talking with them along with Dick Sherritt.
Okay, Mike, you know, this is going to be a really big night. More than 350 people are going to fill the Hilton City Line Avenue Ballroom. It's always a very special night because Philadelphia broadcasters are very special. In our market, people relate to the broadcasters here. They're going to know most of the people, if not all of them, who are going to be honored tonight. And Mike and I will be going inside to talk to them, and we'll bring you all the things they have to say and share their excitement.
Come on, join us.
Let's go.
We're here with Beasley Reese, one of those being honored tonight. Congratulations.
Well, I couldn't be more proud to be here tonight.
Yeah. When you reflect, you're playing football. Do you ever think someday I'm going to be...
No. No, not at this level. I hoped to, I majored in journalism in college. I told everybody that this is what I wanted to do when I was playing. I hoped to get a job and have some position in the industry, but never did I think I would have you know, a long career, and for a distinguished group like this to honor me as a broadcast pioneer. This is absolutely over-the-top awesome.
Well, you clearly deserve it. You joined the ranks of Tom Brookshire and Vice
Wow.
and
I can't listen.
Like that.
When you say Tom Brookshire, I'm trying to keep my emotions in check. But when I think about guys like that and the real pioneers that allowed me to be able to do it, and hopefully I was talking to some young Temple students just moments ago, hopefully I can inspire them to do it, and that's really what it's all about.
Well, congratulations. A well-deserved honor.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We are with Jerry Klein, the president of the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia. Jerry, a big night here.
It sure is. This is our big night every year. Person of the Year, Hall of Fame. We have a near record crowd tonight.
Almost 350.
Yeah, almost. So we're very happy, and that's going to do a great job for our scholarship fund and helping support student education and all the things that Broadcast Pioneers supports.
We're here with Liz Matt tonight, one of the honorees. Congratulations, and just a sense of how you're feeling about this.
My father's favorite word was fortunate. That's how I feel when I had to go back through some of those old tapes that will be blended tonight into a little reel. I thought that was a lucky girl to get work.
It is fortunate that we somehow stumbled into these careers, isn't it?
Is it not? I mean, I grew up in a family that just pretty much thought this was a stupid idea, that it was, the broadcasting was something that other people got to do. On the other hand, they knew I was the insufferable kid who wouldn't stop performing, but they didn't ever think there was any connection between that and making a living. So it's not that I showed them, it's just that I'm like the bee that doesn't know it can't fly. I just flew anyway.
My father kept saying, take some accounting courses just in case.
We're here with Joe Terry from the Danny and the Juniors.
Yes.
You go way back.
Oh, man, we go so far back, we remember covered wagons.
Well, now, Broadcast Pioneers, of course, and you're a broadcast pioneer. Having
absolutely,
your music played on many a station.
Absolutely. Plus, we have our show, Rock and Roll is Here to Stay, the radio show.
Right.
And it's on WVLT in this area, and we go to 15 stations around the world,
Right.
which is great.
As far as broadcast is concerned right now, radio is still very much alive and well.
Oh, absolutely. And fans, we get many emails from fans who listen to our show, and especially young guys. I got a guy in Boston. He's about 18 years old. He has a radio internet show, and he calls it At the Hop.
Okay, that's a little familiar.
How nice is that?
How nice is that is right. Joe, enjoy the evening.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We're here with Steve Sachs. Steve and I worked together at Channel 6, starting when it was WFIL, and it was in black and white. Things have changed quite a bit, haven't they?
They sure have. The equipment's a quarter of the weight. The lights are half the power, not even that, and it's a completely different world. Everything is.
You remember a time when there were actually cameramen behind the camera. Great time, a lot of fun.
Oh, it was fabulous. It was, you don't know it at the time, but it was just a fun time. You made everything up as it went along, and the station was a great place to be. A lot of good people. There's a lot of good people today too, but I grew up with these people that
Yeah, despite our appearances, we were just kids back then.
My God, I was 21 and just out of the service. And Dick Clark was there, bandstand, and Philadelphia was the rock and roll capital of the world. I mean, with FIL radio, bandstand, everything else.
Tonight we honor many of those people who were there and have been there over the years.
Yes, we do, and they deserve every honor they get.
Steve, thanks. Good to talk.
Okay, thank you.
We're here with Sylvia Quarterman, who is kind of an iconic figure in Philadelphia media. TV, radio, you name it, plays. In fact, you're in a play now.
I am in a play now, and it's been a very interesting experience. You may be surprised to know this is my first time in 30 years back in a Philadelphia stage.
Wow.
I have been performing in New York and Florida, all over the country, but I've not been performing in Philadelphia. So here I am.
Well, welcome back.
Anybody you want to see me, come quickly.
And you know a lot of the folks here, of course.
Oh yes, of course.
And you're one of the honorees.
I am indeed. I'm so excited about it.
Well, you should be.
Well, that's what everybody tells me, but I must confess, I really wasn't all that excited up until now, and now everybody's congratulating me and kissing me. It's a very nice thing. You get kissed a lot when you get an award.
Kissed and a kisser.
You want to kiss me?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, might as well wind up on that.
Yeah, you can't.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's great.
We're here with Jay Lloyd, a voice that you have heard for decades here in Philadelphia. I know you retired a long time ago, and yet I keep hearing you on KYW.
Yeah. You know, at KYW, and I guess in the business altogether, nobody really retires. You say you're retired, but the only way you get out of it is in a box.
But you have been you have turned this into a career, a retirement career of traveling and skiing and boating and vacationing.
That's right. You know what the company never realized is this is what I was doing while I was working. They found out.
You look back on this career and you think,
Mike, this has been the greatest career in the world. It's one of these things that you stumble on, and then it works so well. I just hated to retire. I really did.
Well, you keep on working. I keep on hearing you, and you keep on traveling.
It's fun, and that's what it's all about.
Well, congratulations. A well-deserved honor. Glad to see you here tonight.
Mike, thanks a lot.
If anybody knows all the people in this ballroom, it's Paul Gluck.
That's because I worked either for them, they worked for me, they fired me, I hired them, I fired them, they interned for me.
You've been around the horn, and you do know everybody.
I've been in Philadelphia television, just to prove God has a sense of humor. I've been employed in Philadelphia TV for most of the past 34 years, and it is both my wonder and my honor.
God bless. Listen, this is a big night for a lot of people.
Yes.
And I guess it's meaningful because it's coming from their peers.
Yes, and I think it's one of those nights where people who wouldn't normally look at each other or talk to each other in a competitive sense really take a step back and try to honor their peers for the work they do. It's an oddly respectful night, but it's also kind of a fun night too.
Okay, well, we've been looking at one another for a long time.
I want to thank you publicly on videotape. This man was a mentor of mine, not that he's that old, but this is one of my mentors, and I wouldn't have had a career without a guy like Dick Sheeran around, so thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
We are now with the man of the hour, the person of the year, Dean Tyler. Your thoughts on this honor tonight?
You know, I'm not sure what this is all about. No, it's a great honor. It really is. And I'm pretty blasé about most things. But the more I thought about it and thought about the people that I worked with, and that's to me the most important part, the people that either worked for me or with me, and I consider that they worked with me, I thought, this is very, very special. Now I'm concerned about getting through it, because I may get emotional, and I'm not that way normally.
I suspect you'll be able to get through it. Have you reflected, because of this, back onto your career, the years you've spent behind a microphone?
It's funny you should say that, because last night, in the middle of the night, I woke up and said to my wife, Mary Lou, I just remembered all the stuff I've given the Pioneers over the years. I forgot all about the years I spent at Channel 12 when it was a commercial TV station. I mean, I remember things now that I haven't thought about in 50 years, you know. So, yeah, it's quite a reflection.
It's a good career?
In retrospect, I always said I'd quit when it wasn't fun anymore, and that's what I did. And it was a good ride, and I was in the right place at the right time, did a lot of right things, probably half of them by luck. But I'm very pleased with what I was able to accomplish, the acquaintances and friends that I've made, and I have no regrets.
You deserve the honor. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mike.
We're talking with Mike Quinn, who is one of the finest Deadline TV news writers that I know of. Channel 10, Channel 3. You're just back from Italy.
Yes, just back from Italy.
And?
Had a grand time. A little exciting on the last day, the day we had to go to the airport. It was a storm. The city flooded. 70% of the city flooded in Venice.
Wow.
Worst flooding in 22 years. We had to wade through 8 inches of water in our hotel lobby just to get to the raised walkways in the street. And then we got down to the water taxi. We had to do 70 feet in 2 feet of water.
Oh, my God. So you thought you missed Sandy.
Yeah.
But you did?
No.
And here you are at the Broadcast Pioneers. You know a lot of these guys.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
So it's a big night for a lot of people.
It's fantastic.
And the important thing is they're honored by their peers.
Yeah, that's really the epitome. I mean, when your peers honor you, there's nothing better than that.
Mike, enjoy the night.
Thank you.
We're here with Tamla Main, a voice and face familiar to so many of you because he has worked just about everywhere for a pretty long time.
Actually, Mike, this is the only market. I've ever worked in my entire career, except for Atlantic City, where I was born and raised. And I only worked for 2 stations, well, 3. I worked a year with you at Channel 6. The rest of my television career in Philadelphia was at Channel 3. And I only worked at 1 radio station, WIP. So although...
Long before sports, though.
Yeah, until the mid-'80s. And then I decided to go full-time television. And a show I did on WIP, Memory Lane, I'm still doing down the shore once a month.
So you can't give it up.
No, I don't want to give it up. And as long as somebody wants to hear it, I'll play it.
Well, welcome to this very special night. Good to see you.
We are with Kathy Gandolfo from Channel 6, of course, and we have a secret.
Yes, we do. Well, you know, it's not a secret because I got an awful lot of posts on Facebook today. But we're actually twins. Well,
we share a birthday.
We share a birthday, which is today, the November 16th.
November 16th, and it's appropriate that we're here at the Broadcast Pioneers. Now, you've been honored, so...
I have a couple of years ago, and it was a great honor, and I enjoyed it a great deal. And like yourself, I retired, but I had to come tonight.
Oh, absolutely, because a lot of your...
some of my coworkers, but then just to see people like you and Robin and folks from the other stations, I really was looking forward to it. People said, "What are you doing on your birthday? Something special?" And I said, "Yes, actually, I am doing something special. I'm going to the Broadcast Pioneers dinner."
Ditto. Happy birthday.
And happy birthday.
All right.
Now we're here with Robin McIntosh, another of those being honored tonight. Congratulations.
And it is an honor, Michael. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a lovely evening.
My story of Robin is that when I went to work at Channel 3, I was the assignment editor. And every morning there'd be a phone call at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'd have to come up with stories for every reporter in the shop. And then Robin would call in and say, "Here are the 2 stories I'm doing." And it was
I'm
great.
Not sure that's totally true, but
it was pretty true. You and Larry Bassoon were out in the field there.
Well, when you're in the suburbs, it's, you got to know your Swarthmores from your Norristowns.
But you were the guy.
I was the guy. We put over 100,000 miles on our car that year, or that 2 years we were the suburban crew, and that's a lot of miles in Montgomery, Chester, Delaware, and Bucks County.
We are with Stan Hawkman, one of the honorees tonight. First, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Where did the time go?
I can't imagine. You know how old this hat is?
Go ahead.
49 years.
Wow.
First job, WCAU Radio, supported the Devon Horse Show. They made everybody go out to the horse show and step gingerly, and I still have the hat.
Wow.
There it is.
Well, I'll tell you what I remember.
What?
Going to Ma's Diner on 22nd Street, feeding the sports department in the middle of the night. Larry Merchant walking around with sandals when it was risque.
Larry Merchant was in town yesterday. I had a book signing at the library. I have a book out with Bernie Perrant, plug. And Larry's doing a fight out of Atlantic City tonight and tomorrow night. And so he spent a couple of days in Philly, and he came to the book signing, and we went out to dinner.
Wow, that's terrific. You talk about, I know you as a young Turk. I was a copy boy. So here we are. Well, as somebody once said, it's better to be seen than viewed.
I tell you what, Lou Klein can't be here tonight because he fell on his head while playing tennis. Oh Lou Klein told me after I'd done the weekends sports anchor on Channel 6, he said, "Don't quit your day job." I took his advice.
That's great. Congratulations.
Oh,
it's really great to see you. Great to see you.
We're here with, I guess you'd call the anchorman's anchor, Jim Gardner, who has been leading the way at Channel 6 at WPVI for a couple of years.
Just a couple, yeah.
And you look back on all the years you spent here and these people being honored tonight. Just your thoughts on what's happening here this evening.
Well, we are here to honor Cecily Tynan. And, Cecily is one of us. She brings to her work just some extraordinary talents, but I think even more important than that, she is just a terrific woman who I think understands, as we all do, that we are involved at work in a completely collaborative and collegial effort. We are much greater than the sum of our parts at Channel 6, and we have just a great time working with each other.
So you can see how excited everybody is. They're here with their friends, their relatives, their co-workers. This is a really, really big night, right, Mike?
Absolutely. It is for many of these people a reunion, an opportunity to see people they don't see all the time and to, in fact, honor them. We're heading inside. Thank you very much for joining us.
Let's go.